You wake up from a dream and think, was that all in my head? But do you have eyes and ears inside your head? How big is the space inside your head? If you just question it a bit, the normal view of dreams just doesn't make any sense at all. Just consider this carefully. There was light and colors in the dream. Well, do you have a source of light inside your head? No. But somehow, without a source of light, there was light. Without an object, there was seeing. Now you think you're awake and in maybe a very different state. But is the seeing and the light in front of you any different to the one in your dreams? It is the very same light, the very same seeing. You never perceive anything outside or external. You have never experienced the light of the sun. This light that you see is the light of consciousness. Now I will point you to an experience to match this understanding. If you look at a wide open view against a bright background, like the sky, or even indoors, like against the wall, just look without focusing on anything in particular. You start to see these dancing sprites of light, like a shimmer in the space around you. These are the same sprites that become bright when you sneeze, what is called seeing stars. If you look for them, you will find that these dancing bits of light are always there, everywhere, like the pixels of a screen or the photons that make up a hologram. Millions, countless tiny particles of light. Or maybe it's just one mode of light that transcends time, shimmering. I think these sprites are often seen, but just set aside as a mildly curious phenomenon. Rarely does one care to question how these definitely not physical phenomena can pervade all of space. If they are entirely subjective phenomena, how can they fill up physical space? And once you notice them, you'll find them even in the dark, even with the eyes closed. Just this is enough to prove that the distinction between subjective and physical space is wrong. There is no such distinction. Space is always subjective, and thus everything in it is always subjective. And these sprites of light are there dancing like brilliant after images of the joy of creation, reminding you of what all this is, not what you think it is, not you as a subject perceiving an objective world, This is all within the space of subjectivity. Maybe I am mad, but really this little childish thing is a clear sign and proof that just hits me every day. Things are not what they seem. What lies in front is not a physical landscape. It is a dreamscape. In a dream, the whole world, all the characters in it, including the one you think you are part of the experience. And it is the same while awake. Exactly the same. Now let's concede that experience depends on certain patterns of activity. Then this entire world is in fact the subjective rendition of such activity, an artistic rendition of the activity. So what is believed to be physical is the same as mental, mind stuff, which really means that there is no substance to it, no independent existence, as the sages have declared. Both in dream and while awake, the same reality is on display. A reality that is just pure subjectivity, pure sentience, consciousness, awareness. The self that is to the mind ever beyond the dreams is also the stuff that the dreams are made of. So next time you're outdoors, look up at the sky. Look for the sprites of light. And then remember these words from Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Just like in a cinema, all is light, so does consciousness become the vast world. Look closely, and you will see that all names and forms are but transitory waves on the ocean of consciousness. That only consciousness can be said to be, not its transformations. In the immensity of consciousness, a light appears, a tiny point that moves rapidly and traces shapes, thoughts and feelings, concepts and ideas, like the pen writing on paper. And the ink that leaves a trace is memory. You are that tiny point, and by your movement, the world is ever recreated. Stop moving, and there will be no world. Look within, and you will find that the point of light is the reflection of the immensity of light in the body, as the sense I am. There is only light. All else appears. To the mind, it appears as darkness. It can be known only through its reflections. All is seen in daylight, except daylight